Hi, my name is Nicholas Masalleras. I'm a media production and entrepreneurship major at High Point University, located in High Point, North Carolina. This last fall semester, a group of friends and I went out to two local churches in our community to go really see how COVID was affecting churches of different sizes. And when we sat down and talked to pastors, support staff, and even congregation members, we found what actually was going on in churches was not exactly what we actually thought. See, a lot of us worked at churches over the summer to help them transition from in-person to online. And for us, we just came in and we used our media production skills to take the church from in-person to online. But we really didn't think about the social ramifications of that. The whole meaning of the church and the whole meaning of the word ecclesia means to gather. And so how do you take something that is to gather and to worship together and say, go watch it on YouTube on Sunday? We'll post a pre-recorded video later this week.
We've given people an excuse to stay home rather than coming to the church building. And the very nature of church, the very meaning of the word ecclesia as it's used in Scripture is to be gathered together, called out, but also gathered together as God's people. And I think it's important that we do regather eventually, but I think
what we also saw was this fracturing, this what we like to call breaking down of bridges of community members, peers, even congregation members to worship leaders and pastors, fracturing apart, these bridges burning down. And so we really wanted to dive deep and see exactly what was going on and what was causing it beyond COVID. And so what we found was it was so much more, and there's a lot more going on, and there's so many inspiring stories about how the church leaders are overcoming this issue, how congregation members are holding on, and what the future for the church looks like.
This isn't a double-blind, single thing COVID issue. For us, it's COVID, it's that we've sold our property, that we're living in temporary quarters, and let's just name the 800-pound gorilla in the room. The partisan divide in our nation is infecting the church. In fact, we're part of the problem.
One expert we talked to said that the church has been launched 15 to 20 years into the future, and the church is still 20 years in the past. Another expert said,
about 9% of all congregations will close. Of those that close, many of them were just hanging on and surviving. Survival is not an option for the church. You're either thriving or you're dying. So a lot of churches are struggling right now, but a lot of churches are overcoming.
One of the things we've been doing is just calling people, which is a lost art. Call somebody on the phone, a congregation, calling our congregants on the phone and just asking them how they're doing. How are you doing?
So what we're asking from you guys is help to expand our research and to document more of what churches are going through right now, and to show their story and to share their story with everyone, and to show that there is a future for the church and it's not going to die out, and that one day church will be able to come back and be back to a new normal. Because let's be honest, the normal that we had before the pandemic, it's not going to come back. So how are churches planning for this new normal? Thank you so much.